The following program is brought to you by Advanced Math Investments.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Advanced Math Investing Incorporated cannot guarantee the future performance of a client's account or any specific performance level. Accounts are subject to various market, economic, political, currency, and other risks. Advanced math formulas are complicated and their usage may have limitation and difficulties. Welcome to Advanced Math Investing, an award-winning registered investment advisor firm. As the name says, Advanced Math Investing is different than most investing companies. They use proprietary math algorithms to predict the market direction as well as individual stock direction. Advanced Math Investing will give your money the best chance possible in today's markets. And now, your host, Rand, the quant behind Advanced Math Investing.
Good morning, South Florida, and all my internet listeners. Yes, today, Thursday, January 13th, like 10:04, 10:05 a.m. And my name is Rand Robinson. I'm the quant and registered investment advisor representative behind Advanced Math Investing. And yes, we utilize math algorithms to analyze the market, mainly in three areas. Number one, we find the overall market direction. Number two, we find undervalued stocks to invest in. And number three, of the stocks that we follow, we find their direction. Are they going up or down? Each one on their own should make money, and combined with all three, we believe that's the more powerful investing strategy. I try to teach and inform and to make friends. And having said that, if we use an audio clip, it's authorized under the fair use provision of the copyright laws. Before I begin, I'm going to give you a quick market update. The Dow, and let me just refresh this so it's absolutely the latest. We just been open for, half hour. The Dow's up 129.63, the NASDAQ up 17.73, and the S&P up 8. Actually, it was up 10 just a few minutes ago, so it's up 8. The 10-year note yield is 1.74. For those that like yields, I'm going to give you the advances, or the actives, and I stick with the S&P 500, so we kind of recognize it. Here's Ford Motor. It's always in the actives, up at 77 cents. And Ford, their EV truck is basically sold out, and their Mustang has gotten rave reviews. So this is basically congratulations on moving to electronic vehicles, which I agree with. AMD, Advanced Micro Devices, that's kind of the competitor to Intel. They're up $1.02 on the most actives. And American Airlines, most active, up 77 cents. Good for American Airlines. I'm going to give you the gainers, so we should be better on the gainers than the losers. Lam Research, there's the company we don't see often, up 5%, up $40.12. Lam Research they make the machines that make the chips. So there's a good company. United Airlines, I guess the airlines are up today. United is up 4%, up $2.12. And Biogen, pharmaceutical research, up 4%, up $9.83. Let's look at the decliners. Again, these are the S&P 500. I don't want to go all over the place. Mettler Toledo International, those are the scale people. Who would have thunk? Down 4%. Lumen Technologies, this is a company that uses light to read barcodes and whatnot, down 4%. Moderna, you know them, the vaccine people, down 4%. So, nothing, no giant losses today. Let's look at the overall market. In the first half hour, the 212 issues up on the New York, 993 down, so more than 2-to-1 to the upside. New highs 100, new lows 29, a triple or a quadruple, a little more than a triple. And the volume 61 million up and 33 million to the downside. So pretty good breadth of the market. So that's and now I always give you my insider trading and earnings because I That's kind of interesting news. The only insider sell I had, no buys, but AMC Entertainment CEO Adam Aron sold 7.1 million. AMC is one of those meme stocks, gone all over, but it was a winner last year. So he's cashed out 7.1 million. No earnings. As a matter of fact, Friday is the first start of the last quarter. It ends December 31st. The last quarter earnings season starts tomorrow with the banks. JP Morgan Chase, they're predicted to have $3 in earnings. Citigroup, $1.40. Wells Fargo, $1.11. And BlackRock, $10.07. Who's BlackRock? That's the company that makes all these ETFs, including the world's largest, which is, I talk about the spiders, the SPY. And why are they making so much money? Again, I always talk about passive investing. You're paying these people to do nothing. Really, they come in the office, they get paid because they have all these funds. They don't need to change anything. They just read the Wall Street and get paid. So BlackRock, $10. Interesting on JP Morgan Chase, because Jamie Dimon is I'm just going to give you a thing about Jamie Dimon, because he's always given these letters about how we should be better citizens on the planet. And he's nice, and he's a very smart guy. But when he and all the bankers were in the Senate, I remember Elizabeth Warren said, Mr. Dimon, what is your highest credit card rate? And he goes, I don't know. Well, she goes, I know. I looked it up. Now, obviously, he didn't want to say. I think you're that big of a guy. I think you might know, but he didn't want to say. And she didn't say either. And I tried looking it up, and can't really find the highest credit card rate. But I'm sure they're above that. Last week I said 15% was the highest legal rate you could charge in Florida. I'm sure his credit card is above that for their worst. And that's just wrong. So, Mr. Dimon, get with the law. All right, so that's the earnings update. And I've got, every week I have a word or investment term of the day, and I also have asked the listeners to send me a stock that I'll give you my fair value, advanced math. And you can text me at 954-804-3722 or send me an email at rand@advancedmathinvesting.com of your stock that you want the fair value on, or an investment term you're a little confused about, and that's fine. Today, the investment term is, I don't even see it. Oh, it's financial planning. Oh, wait, I think I wanted to top in and talk about this interest rate drop. Interest rate rise, it's big in the news. It was a news the other day that the prediction for interest rate rise in March, the Fed say they may move the interest rates up in March. And at the time, a couple weeks ago, was at 27%, said they would have a rise. Now it jumped to 67% saying they were going to have a rise. So, and people say, how do they get these percentages on if they're going to have a raise or not? Now, this is I don't even know if you can Google this, but this is how I would do it. Back when you have a baseline of Fed people on the Fed who say they favor an interest rate rise or not, and you count the number of those people, and if it's not a majority, how far off, and you get a baseline, and then you look at the interest rate futures, and that's your baseline. And then when the futures change, the Fed hasn't had another meeting, but you can say it's more likely to change. They give these rates. If I were given the rates, I'd say these rates are just general. But when they give them, they said 67%, 27%, like it's a fact. And it's just a general, in my opinion, it's just a general prediction. But I agree with it. Most likely there's a 2-to-1 chance at this point, probably even higher, that they are going to raise in March. Especially with the latest news that the annual inflation is now at 7%, but that's annualized. You got to divide that by 12 to get what the latest month was. So annualized figures are kind of misleading. Anyway, my financial word, financial planning, but that's really 2 words. So I'm going to give you a subset of financial planning, and I'm doing this to help the listeners who, in the previous shows, I said you need to save for your retirement and you should help somebody, your children or grandchild with college savings. And if you've done those two things, then we're in the wealth building stage, and that's great. Everybody likes adding money. The more money you have, the more you can make. But what about the people that say, I can't save for retirement. I couldn't possibly save for college and wealth building. Sheesh, I'm just breaking even. Well, if you listen to the show, my word this week is budgeting. And I'm going to give you the Advanced Math Investing Budgeting Plan. And I think if you listen to it, I think it makes sense. Now, first of all, with budgeting, you start with your income. But I'm not going to deal with that. Mine is in the spending half. What your income is, it is. You can always supplement it with part-time jobs or, deliver Chinese pizza, one of those, DoorDash or whatever. Anyway, your income is it. I mean, if you mess with that, that's fine. That's not part of my budget. The thing is if you're a salaried worker, you usually just get paid twice a month. If you're not salaried, usually get paid every 2 weeks. And if you're in construction or roofing or whatnot, you get paid weekly. There's actually an advantage to getting paid biweekly or weekly is that my budget plan is a month plan, month by month. And if you get paid every 2 weeks, every 3 months, you get 3 paychecks that month. So every 3 months, you get an extra bonus. So that's kind of nice. If you're budgeting for your every 2 weeks check, every once in a while, every 3 months, boom, you get an extra one. That helps out. So my budget plan works by starting with the most necessary item to survive and live. And if you've accomplished that, number 1, we go to the next one, number 2. If you've got that, you keep going all the way to the end. Number 8 is savings. So in order to have savings, you have to have something left over from each tier. So that's kind of how this works. Now, the first tier, first thing you need to survive, I think, air, water, and food. I mean, you don't have that, you're not going to survive. Well, the air and water, I'm going to consider free. I know that water, you have a water bill, but I'll explain. I'm just going to tell you, don't buy water in the store. The store uses, we got to take a, all right, well, before I start, it's already break time, so let me take a quick break here.
I ain't trying to do what everybody else doing, just 'cause everybody doing what they all do.
Are you happy with your portfolio performance? Whether you are doing it yourself or have an advisor, if you are looking for an upgrade, consider an appointment with Advanced Math Investing. They utilize math algorithms to invest in today's markets. Text RAND at 954-804-3722 or email them at rand@advancedmathinvesting.com. And of course, he'll return your inquiries.
Okay, I'm back. And I guess I got to start going a little faster because I got a lot to cover here. So, number 1 is food. The food is just grocery store food. So, we're eating at a restaurant. That doesn't count. That's in a later category. Just grocery store food. And try not to buy water. It's waste. You can buy an under-sink water filter at Home Depot, at GE for $35. That's all the water they do is filtered. You go to those machines, they're just filtering water. All right. So you got that, your food. The next thing, number 2, what do you need after food? You got to think caveman. You need shelter. Shelter is your rent, your mortgage, electricity, water. There's water. Internet and cell. Internet I've added and cell phone I got to add because they're basically necessities these days. They're not really a luxury. So that, you can cut your rent down by getting a roommate or living with your parents while you're saving up to buy a house or whatever. But your rent is your rent. How you deal with these budgets, I'm just going to tell you the order it goes, and how you handle them is your decision. Number 3, what do you think? Thinking caveman. Number 3 is your health. That's important. Whatever health payments, prescription, dentists, it's all important. Keep your health up because, that's your quality of life. And number 4, you might be thinking, well, I need a car. It should be a car is number 4. Nope. Number 4 is everything. You got to think caveman. Food, health, it's clothing. Although this clothing is a big category, I just call it retail. You can call it stuff. And this is a big, big category. That's why you see these Amazon trucks, FedEx trucks, UPS. People just got to buy stuff. This is an easy area to cut down if you think, hey, man, do I need all this stuff? But when you put it in your budget, you're going to realize that when you start listing the items that you spend on, that's a big item that people spend on. Easy to cut. The next thing is finally your car, transportation. This includes car payments, gas, oil, tires, repair, and insurance. And, my opinion is if you're not making over $60,000 a year, you really shouldn't even get a new car. Just buy a car you can pay for with cash. Don't even do these deals at these little car places. The car places, and just so you know, you can look up the wholesale price on a car to buy it at kbb.com. That's Kelley Blue Book. The dealers usually buy it $1,000 below trade-in, and they sell at $2,000 over trade-in. So you can go and find somebody selling a car. You give them either the trade-in value or up to $1,000 over. Everybody should be happy, but the dealers just they want to ream you. I don't like them. And you can also, change you can get an e-bike. You can get a scooter. You can get a bus pass. So there's ways to cut down on your transportation bill. You don't need 2 cars. That's for sure. All right. And number 6, this is one I definitely want you to cut all the way to 0. This is debt. Credit card payments, debt, loans other than your car loan that goes under transportation and a mortgage that goes under mortgage. But any other loans or college debt or whatever, you need to get this paid down. And you can pay it down with your extra check that you get every 3 months, or at the end of the year or the start of the year after you do your taxes, you get an income tax. Just clear this debt out. Make that a 0. All right? So that's the next. And after debt comes, this is the fun area. I call it entertainment. And this is your restaurants, movies, you play golf, your hobbies, vacation, whatever you do that's fun. Drinking, you buy your pot, that counts in there. Whatever you're doing that's not food from the grocery store, restaurant, or fun, it's, it's not stuff. You're just entertaining yourself. This is an area that, you got to spend some. You can't just live like a zombie, but you can keep an eye on this area too, because after this area is the goal, savings. So whatever you have left after all these 7s is your savings, and let it grow. Put it in a savings account. Have an overdraft protection. So if for some reason you've gone too far on your checking account, they pull it out of savings, pay that back. It's your loan to yourself. You don't need a credit card. You can borrow from yourself and say, I got to pay this back whenever I get an extra check or my income tax or whatever. So let that savings grow. All right, we did that. I'm still rushing because I want to get the show done. The stock of the week, a listener gave it to me, and it's International Paper, IP, and that's a symbol, IP. And this is an interesting stock. This company's been around since, where's my notes, 1898. It's a long time. I looked at the board of directors. They're well-rounded, lovely people. They pay a nice dividend, a 3.84% dividend. They're obviously into paper and pulp, International Paper. And the nice thing about this company, they're the leaders in low carbon emissions for the entire paper and pulp industry. And they're opening another state-of-the-art facility in Atglen, Pennsylvania. So that's nice. They're proactive. They have the analysts that follow this: 9 say buy, 0 overweight, 8 hold, 0 underweight, and 2 sell. So that's pretty strong. The current price is $48.09, or it was when I looked it up the other day. And my advanced math investing fair value is I've got it at $59.44. So it's undervalued, another undervalued stock. And trust me, finding undervalued stocks these days not easy. So thank you to the listener. I'm buying him a Starbucks. It was a him. I gave it away. But I'm buying him a Starbucks coffee. All right, keep those suggestions coming in. Now, this part of the program, I talk about advanced math investing. And I thought I'd give you a little story instead of just saying what I do. When advisors like myself, they get ready to retire and they have a client list, they try to sell, like a doctor retiring or whatever. And they call me or email me and say, I have this many clients, this is my annual income, this is what I'd like for you to purchase all my clients. And, they give me a price. And then I tell them, it seems a reasonable price, but unfortunately, I'm going to lose half of your clients. And they're like, why would you lose half of my clients? I say, because I'm going to tell them I don't do mutual funds. And for some reason, people out there just like to be in these mutual funds. They want to pay those hidden fees. And I say, I can't do it. I can't charge you for work that I'm not doing. And I'd say about half of them are going to leave. So I say, well, I'll buy your practice, but at half of what you're asking, because I have to be honest with your clients. They're not interested in selling it at half. But I don't know if I keep talking about hidden fees, but what happens when these mutual funds, you see the price quoted on the screen, they've already deducted their fees, and they have multiple fees, but the main one is their advisor fees, which they get. So that's the hidden fees. Where am I at? I just wanted to talk about next week. I think there's a lot of people that don't understand options trading. And I'll tell you something, TD Ameritrade, when you first open an account, and it's a decent amount of money, they go, we can have a choice of these different educational programs. And the guy said, why don't you take the basic options trading and the advanced options trading? I said, okay. The basic option trading was kind of, just what I thought, basics. But then I took the advanced, and afterwards the guy said, what did you think of our advanced option trading? I said, geez, it was a big waste of time. And the guy was shocked. But I said, they talk about the deltas. And if you go into option, they have the thetas, the rows, the deltas. They have all these metrics. And really, that's just to get a price of the option. And to me, options are all kind of priced pretty fair. So all that was just to make the teacher seem smart and you feel like you're dumb. But you don't need all that stuff. If you know the market direction, guess what? You're going to make money. If you don't know the market direction, guess what? You're going to lose. But anyway, I got a little more tips on option. And the nice part about option trading is you can play either side. You go to a casino, you can say, no, I want to be the slot machine. I'll pay out the big bettors, but I get all the small bets. In options, if you think it's too expensive, you can go either way. That's kind of nice because, and I tell people, you have 50,000 over, it's called writing. You should be writing the contracts, not buying them. So, again, I'm going to get more into that next week, and because there's a lot of option players out there. Here's a little song by Tina Turner telling you when it's about budgeting that you can change.
Out of the ruins, out from the wreckage, can't make the...
Thanks for listening to Advanced Math Investing, an award-winning registered investment advisor firm. They actively manage client accounts and want to meet your financial objectives. If you would like to contact Rand, text them at 954-804-3722. For more information, go to advancedmathinvesting.com. Tune in next time to hear from Rand help you follow the smart money.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.